LinkedIn is far and away the most well-known site for hiring. Meanwhile, as a social network, its most successful users employ a very specific tone.
LinkedIn is mega cringe.
Cringe.
Cringe. Cringe.
Cringe, which is how you end up with posts like this CEO crying after laying people off, or this guy asking for a special place on the train for networking, or this guy talking about how he wants to work even after he's won the lottery, or this guy saying there's not a cost of living crisis, but a not knowing how to make money crisis.
Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today marks exactly 1 month since I was let go from my job and I rejoined the job market in search of new work. Much like everyone else, I've been on all kinds of platforms, job boards, and everything else in between to look for work. And by far, one of the most egregious, most diabolical platforms that is just oozing and dripping with corporate cringe has to be the Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion of cringe, and that is LinkedIn. Let's take a look at these videos together. Let's jump straight into it.
The other day, I was walking to a job interview. On the way there, I noticed a hungry homeless man, and I stopped and fed him, and as a result, missed the interview. The next day, the company surprisingly called me back in. I was shocked, but I went. Lo and behold, that homeless man was actually the CEO of the company. I got the job. Moral of the story, be kind. You never know who's watching. Also, I'm better than you.
I'm sick and I'm tired of LinkedIn. How are we supposed to compete? The most highly educated person in the world is on LinkedIn. I'm cooked. What is Charisma University? This guy is so smart. Pause.
Oh, pause.
Reverse. I'm not glazing. But this man, he goes to a university I never knew existed. This guy has pages of degrees. How is that possible? You know how much I'm stressing right now? This is the second page. What have I achieved in my life compared to this? How is it possible to get a job when this man is walking the earth? This man has been studying since 1976. What? This man has been studying for his whole life and he's on LinkedIn. Why has LinkedIn not banned this man? Why has LinkedIn not taken away his powers? Someone please nerf him. World title holder. He's got every single doctor name you can have. PhD, DBA. I don't know what the rest are. I'm genuinely so confused. I'm so lost. I'm genuinely convinced that Indeed has offered all their jobs to this man. Now I know why it's not possible to get a job in 2024. Because this man is walking the earth. This man is existing. Look how serious he looks. He knows he's him. He knows he's that guy. I've never seen anything like this before in my life. This man is a Rick Ross of LinkedIn. How have you gone to Harvard Medical School, Charisma University, got all these certificates, and you're a director of cancer research? What? If my parents see this, I'm never stepping foot in my house ever again.
Hey everyone, I am honored and proud to announce that after minutes of grueling work, I have finished cooking the dumplings.
Hi BK, that is amazing. What a fantastic job you've done today. You never fail to inspire me on the daily.
Great work BK. Can't wait to see what else you have in store for us in the future.
You know, I just graduated, so I just want to join LinkedIn. Yeah, I just looking for entry-level roles. Yes, alright. Wow. Data analyst, 60,000 a year, minimum of 10 years experience, entry level. I'm happy to share that I've just accepted a role as a network engineer at Microsoft at only 18 years old. It can only be God and my mom. Happy to share that my startup Swift has just received $14 million in its pre-seed stage. Grateful to the team and everyone to share involved. That I've been promoted to the senior software developer, earning over 7 figures at just 17 years old. After completing 2 successful internships at Netflix and Deloitte, I've now accepted a full-time role as a software developer at Microsoft. We are hiring 17 years of experience, entry-level, data scientists. Apply now. Don't delete your account. Try LinkedIn Premium free for 30 days.
This is a really interesting point about LinkedIn being dishonest and overly positive. LinkedIn still presents a lot of problems for young professionals. What LinkedIn attracts is that self-promotional type of content that the average person finds really uncomfortable and in many cases really cringe. In this piece by Fortune.com, John, an engineer working in Pennsylvania, couldn't help but notice that insufferable content popping up on LinkedIn didn't fit with the platform he originally signed up for to land a job and grow his network. John said, I see LinkedIn as a general networking tool, but people have definitely started doing a lot of virtue signaling on the platform. And hundreds of thousands of young professionals feel the same. There is this subreddit called LinkedIn Lunatics with nearly 350,000 members. And it's defined as a subreddit for insufferable LinkedIn content. And there is a never-ending flow of the most bizarre things that people find on LinkedIn. The subreddit really highlights how out of touch some people are on LinkedIn. The The platform also seems to consistently deny recognizing work as work. People speak about their work and about their jobs in reference to their passions, but never allow it to be just work, which younger generations resent and get really tired by. Maxwell Strachan in this piece for The Vice said that the site has become the butt of the joke and a focus of increased scorn. The perfect example of a try-hard corporate culture where people mistake banal, rote platitudes for authenticity, a puffy Patagonia vest in website form. Maxwell goes on to reference this video, where the CEO of a LinkedIn-focused marketing company was roundly mocked after he published a tearful video announcing layoffs. And he says how perfectly this represents what LinkedIn has become when LinkedIn underwent this really big rebrand. Their focus seemed to be to shift from a job-searching platform to a social media network. One way they did this was by investing a lot into creators. In 2021, hiring some 60 creator managers as part of the company's $25 million creative fund investment, which has turned the platform into another content machine. While this has attracted some really brilliant professionals to the platform, the space now also has so many of those influencers that say nothing. The type that makes money off of telling you how you can make money. Very pyramid scheme-like, which is very understandably another deterrence. Finally, LinkedIn's main revenue model is through LinkedIn Premium, which is well out of budget for most young professionals. In this opinion piece from medium.com, listed in their 7 main pain points with LinkedIn, and at number 2, the subscription payment model restricts the use case of the platform. Currently, LinkedIn Premium costs $50 Australian a month, which is absolutely ludicrous. Is it a really powerful tool? Yes. Worth 2.5 times the price of Netflix? No. With a huge portion of these younger professionals being students, this is just an unjustifiable amount of money and really limits the younger cohort from utilizing the capabilities of the platform.
Okay, so there's nothing inherently wrong with LinkedIn in and of itself. But if you were raised any way similar to how I was raised, you're taught to be humble, to be modest, to be discreet in your triumphs and also in your losses. So this culture of flagrant self-promotion, self-aggrandizement, self-adulation, it gets a bit much and it comes across as very tacky and very, I don't know, like it kind of leaves a sour taste in your mouth because it all just seems a little bit fake. And the fact that it's all so overtly and overly happy and positive, nowhere is like that. The only place on earth that's like that is LinkedIn. And I think that's what the underlying problem is. Besides for being painfully disingenuous, I just feel like LinkedIn was created for that little girl, Amy, that sat at the front of your class, that gave the teacher a bright red apple every Monday morning when you arrived at school. And then to top it all off, after all of that brown nosing, she'd then turn around and remind the teacher about the homework that she gave the class the day before.
He ain't lying.
If there's one app that stresses me on this planet, it has to be LinkedIn. Like, I don't understand, how do you have 500? Where do you get 500 connections? Who do you know, bro? And verified. How do you do that? How did you get that? Did you pay? Like,
I'm excited to announce I've finished my beer.
Congratulations.
Thumbs up.
Keep up the good work.
I'm embarking on a new chapter and we'll be buying the boys a round of beers.
I endorse this round.
Fantastic news. Looking forward to partnering with the boys again for another round.
Fantastic news. Valuable insights.
Big things are coming. Beers.
Congrats on the beer anniversary. Excited to connect.
It is with great pride that after 30 years with my wife Olivia, I'll be embarking on a fresh new adventure.
Hashtag driving change.
I'm confident you'll thrive in a freelance
You
role.
could collaborate with my wife and
I'm excited to announce a new role with Olivia. What?
Fantastic news.
I am also banging Giorgio's missus.
I do not endorse.
My 1-year-old asked me the other day,
Thrilled to announce a monumental milestone.
Daddy, why do you work so hard?
I've just shit my pants.
Fantastic news.
Hashtag dad goals.
Fantastic news.
To get fucking obliterated with the boys. Hashtag
What are they doing?
He got a job, he got a divorce, and I'm pretty sure that guy shat his pants.
Should we cut him off?
I endorse this.
Stop it. Get some help.
One principle that I learned growing up in a black household in the township, and I still apply this principle to this very day, is the principle that if you buy a TV, a fridge, or any fancy appliance, you don't throw away the box that fancy appliance came in a place where your neighbors or people just passing around could see that you have a fancy TV in that house. You're just asking for trouble. So I apply that very same principle on LinkedIn. So when I see you guys posting that, hi guys, I got a promotion at my current workplace, I got a new job at this workplace as a senior what, I just know that you are from a loving Ubuntu-like Rainbow Nation community that does not have anything to fear. Where I am from, you are asking for trouble. You are poking the bear if you do that. You are asking for chemical engineering to be redirected your way. So now I don't do that. I'll only post about my current workplace once I've left. So I'll just say, hi guys, I was here, but I'm gone. You can't catch me if I'm gone. That's just how I operate.
Not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous to say that.
Dear fellow friends and connections on LinkedIn, it is with a heavy but full heart that I am announcing today is my final day at X Corp. I still remember walking through the office doors for the first time at HQ. I was a young, bright-eyed, and bushy-tailed account executive ready to tackle my corporate dreams. The air was crisp and life was full of possibilities. But now, 5 years, 3 promotions, 2 office remodels, 1 million laughs, and some cries, and countless experiences and relationships later, this chapter has finally come to an end. I want to thank Samantha B., Kelly H., Ronald M., and the rest of the sales team who guided and helped me along this journey. None of this was possible without all of you. But as they say, when one door closes, another opens. And that door is a senior sales VP role at Smart Tech. I know that I'm once again stepping into the unknown, but with all that I learned from the great folks over at X Corp, I know I can tackle anything thrown my way. So look out, Smart Tech. There's a new sheriff coming this Monday, and I hope you all follow and cheer me along my journey as I tackle a new endeavor in this crazy thing we call corporate life. So in closing, I hope you all have an amazing weekend, and remember to shoot for the stars, because who knows, you might just land on the moon.
Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. What has your experiences been with LinkedIn? Have you ever come across any posts that are super cringe? And if you haven't already, don't forget to hit subscribe so we can share this journey of triumph over tragedy together, of how one man went from being broke, nearly destitute and unemployed to being a YouTuber and growing a successful channel talking about unemployment and the job market in 2025. All right, guys, that's it from me for today for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.